Or would you say that there were things that surprised you about this process and the journey to becoming a lineman?
I'd say it's kind of surprising as to just how in-depth it is, because, most places you go to train you a little bit, but, the co-op is so focused on safety and getting you trained in every single aspect of your job, large or small. I think that's been really nice.
And there's so many dangers that comes with this job. I mean, you have to worry about traffic, weather, and electric. You cannot hear it or smell it. So you got to treat everything like it's alive. If it's not grounded, it's not dead. That's the rule of thumb. You treat every line as if it's alive.
Welcome to the Power Hour, the official podcast of Henry County REMC. Our cooperative proudly brings reliable, safe electricity to Henry and parts of Fayette, Rush, Hancock, Delaware, Madison, Randolph, and Wayne counties. We're more than just an electric co-op. We're a community-driven force, powered by the people we serve. People like you. Hello, and thanks for tuning in. Today on the podcast, I am very excited. We have a really special episode today because we're celebrating some big accomplishments on our line crew. We have two gentlemen with us, Jason Burton and Cory Murphy, who have just reached a major milestone in their careers. They started as groundsmen, put in years of hard work, and successfully completed the 4-year apprenticeship program to become journeyman linemen. It's a true journey that takes grit, skill, and a whole lot of dedication, and we here at Henry County REMC could not be more proud of them. I also do want to recognize Drew Horning, who was also recently promoted to journeyman lineman as well. Drew couldn't be with us today because he's enjoying some well-deserved time off with his growing family, but he is very much part of this achievement. So in this episode, we're going to hear from Jason and Cory about their experiences, the challenges they faced, and what it means to finally earn the title of journeyman lineman. Hi, guys. Thanks so much for joining me today. How are you doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm great. Thank you very much. Cory, let's start with you. Can you tell me more about yourself and how long you've been here at the co-op?
I'm 26. I've been at the co-op going on 5 years now, I believe. Born and raised here in Newcastle, and got 2 kids and a wife, and that's me.
Awesome. Jason, what about you?
I've been at the co-op for 21 years and some change. I'm just turned 50 this summer. The oldest person to go through Hoosier's training, first pole climbing and apprenticeship. I started out as a meter reader, read meters for a little over a year. Started the apprenticeship back then, and then went into the storeroom for 18 years or so, and then restarted the apprenticeship program. I got a daughter that's just turned 16, wife. I was in Kentucky until I was 15 years old, then moved up here and here ever since.
So Jason, you've been at the co-op for several years, and several years went by before you decided to take that leap and make this your path. What led to you deciding to become a lineman?
Well, I wanted to do it several years ago. I actually started, and the thing about heights and climbing the poles and just having a little piece of metal sticking in wood, holding you up 30, 40, 50 feet in the air, didn't set too good. And I finally got over my fear of heights and decided, it was time to give another swing at it and accomplish it.
Absolutely. Very good. Cory, when did you decide that this is the career you wanted and the path you wanted to take?
Career day in high school, and had all the different companies in there and heard about being a lineman, and I thought I'd like to do it and didn't know how to do it, so graduated high school and just kind of went a different way and ended up working for one of our linemen's dad at an excavating company and met our lineman, and long story short, he kind of got me my job here, and I've been here since and couldn't be happier.
That is wonderful. Well, I know that we are very glad to have you here. Can you guys share with me a little bit about the process that it is to becoming a journeyman lineman? I know you started as groundsman. I know it takes several years, a lot of education, dedication, on-the-job training. Can you share with us a little more about that?
See, it's me being here 21 years plus. It's changed somewhat because we do not any longer read meters. That was the entry level job back when I started. Well, now with all the technology, the automated meters, we don't have that job anymore. So you start out as a groundsman, but you kind of learn the part of the ins and outs of the groundsman. And then when there's an opportunity to open up for apprenticeship, you start out and one of the first things you do 2 weeks of climbing. The first week is beginner, and then the second week is advanced. And like I said, since I've been here so long, you had to go to classes and do work, and you actually had to physically go to classes, which they're doing a lot of that online starting, I think, last year.
Yeah, whenever we went through it, you actually had to go to you have a big group of guys in the Hoosier Energy footprint that are in class together, so you kind of have a middle ground meeting spot. Ours has been a hotel before, and then we would meet at a co-op, and you meet with 10, 12 other guys and your instructor and go over your homework for that 2 weeks, or I think it was every other week we had class. Go over your homework and take a test, and did that for 3 years. Ivy Tech classes.
Yeah, you got to, but it's mostly on the job training. You have to have, how many hours is it every year?
2,000 every year, 8,000 at the end.
And we are the farthest co-op to the south, or to farthest north, or the farthest north, as far as the Hoosier Energy group. The rest, we're the HEATS program, and the other is REAPS, and that's done by IEC. And so they're trained by different guys. You have to go to classes like advanced underground, beginner underground, of course, is first.
Regulator, transformer, substation, special.
We do gloving, and that's all done at Hoosier. And they're really good guys to work with. Then on top of that, we do safety. Your safety training still goes on throughout your whole career. Even when you top out, we do at least every other month. We do safety training with Hoosier Energy. Every year, you still have to do first aid,
Pull top
rescue, bucket truck rescue. The pull top rescue and bucket truck, they have a 180-pound dummy that they tie up on the line, and you have to climb up, rig up, and lower the dummy in a certain amount of time.
So coming into this process, this program a few years ago, would you say that you had a really good grasp on what to expect? You knew what you were getting yourself into? Or would you say that there were things that surprised you about this process and the journey to becoming a lineman?
I'd say it's kind of surprising as to just how in-depth it is, because, most places you go to train you a little bit, but, the co-op is so focused on safety and getting you trained in every single aspect of your job, large or small. I think that's been really nice.
And there's so many dangers that comes with this job. I mean, you have to worry about traffic, weather, and electric. You cannot hear it or smell it. So you got to treat everything like it's alive. If it's not grounded, it's not dead. That's the rule of thumb. You treat every line as if it's alive.
And what did it mean to you personally to reaching that final level, that goal of becoming a journeyman lineman? I know that after several years of work, education, training, it had to be a big moment for you. So can you share your thoughts on what that milestone meant to each of you individually?
It felt awesome for me. As soon as I took that last piece of cover up off on our test, it was like a weight lifted off my shoulders. Just because, it's been a long road to get here, and, you work all these overtime hours and regular time hours, and you learn so much in the span of 4 years that, you really just have to sit back and look at it as what it is. It's been a long road, but it's been a good road, and I really learned a lot.
And for me, it was a big journey, just going through the process, because the first time, I decided to quit during climbing school and go to climbing school, and they called me half-all and all that. All the younger guys, I'm in there with guys that's just right out of high school. Probably the oldest one was maybe 32 or something like that, but they all treated me really well. And to go over there the last day of climbing school and climb a 65-foot pole, and when I get to the top, I hear everyone at all the stations chanting and cheering and carrying on. And that was just a milestone for me to accomplish that. And then to actually top out, then pretty awesome, because it was a long road for me. And, pretty good gut punch in the beginning. So then pretty awesome.
Well, Jason, that's quite the journey. And I think a really awesome testament to just sticking with something, not giving up. If you have your sights set on something, even if it doesn't happen the first time, that doesn't mean it can't happen. You just keep working at it. If you had any advice to give to somebody who is considering a career as a lineman, whether that's somebody who is high school aged or in their 20s or somebody even later in life, what would that be? What advice would you give?
The job is a very serious job because there's a lot of hazards out there, but it's a very rewarding job. And not to discourage anybody, but they need to realize everything about the job. It takes a lot of dedication as far as the after hours class, which now that was a thing back in the day. We used our own time to go to the classes. Now they're doing them through during working hours. But it takes a lot of dedication, and then you go on call. It's a lot of time away from the family and your personal time, but it is very, very rewarding, because I almost proved it wasn't for everybody, my first go around. So it's a very rewarding, a good career, and you can go anywhere and work.
Whenever I first got started, I had somebody tell me, make sure you want to do it, because once you start, you're working. If it's 100 degrees, you're working. If it's 10 degrees, you're working. If it's 20 below, you're working. Rain, wind, snow, sleet, you're working. If there's outages, we're out there working. We don't get to just say we'll be there later. We gotta get them back on and get the power back on, get the lights back on, and it don't matter what is happening outside. We gotta go to work.
Very good. Well, any final thoughts you would like to share with our listeners about the journey to becoming a journeyman lineman, or about Henry County REMC in general?
Happy to be here. It's been a good almost 5 years for me.
Get a local job, very family oriented, and all the companies we deal with on a regular basis. It's been a really good experience.
Very good. Well, guys, thank you so much. And congratulations. I know everyone here at Henry County REMC is very proud of you. And it's a huge milestone you've reached. It was a long road to get here, a lot of hard work, dedication, and I can imagine your families are very proud of you too. So again, congrats. And I really appreciate you taking the time out of your very busy schedules to come in and talk with us on the Power Hour.
Thank you very much.
Now it's time for your REMC wrap-up. We're gearing up for our Solar Energy Seminar event here at HCREMC Saturday, September 20th. You are invited to join us for an interactive panel discussion featuring local homeowners who have installed solar panels on their properties. Get honest, firsthand insights about the benefits and challenges of residential solar installation, the good, the bad, everything in between. This seminar is free and open to the entire community. You don't have to be an REMC member to attend. Visit hcremc.com, click or tap on the Community tab, and then Solar Energy Seminar to register for the event. Our first ever charitable golf outing, the Power Swing Classic, was a wonderful success. Together, we raised $13,000 for secret families of Henry County. Those funds will go a very long way in making Christmas brighter for folks in our community this year. A huge thank you to everyone who worked to make this inaugural event a success. Our sponsors, our golf teams, those who donated to the raffle drawings, and the staff who helped plan the outing, and those who volunteered that day. Thank you so much. Do you know a middle schooler who gives back to their community? Nominate them for the Indiana Electric Cooperative's Youth Power and Hope Awards. Up to 5 young leaders will each receive $500 and be featured in Indiana Connection magazine. You can find details on the awards at indianaconnection.org/Youth Power and Hope. And that wraps up this episode of the podcast. Thanks for joining us for the Power Hour with Henry County REMC, where we don't just provide power, we empower.